everybody. This is Attorney Anthony Reeves again, and this is your Legal Beat tip. For those of you who are not familiar with what's called a continuing disability review, these are reviews that happen about every 3 to 5 years after you've been found disabled. And here's how they typically work, and most people don't realize it. You go through the disability process, you're rocking and rolling, things are great, you're feeling good about life, and then out of nowhere, you're thinking, okay, I got approved, I'm home free. No, not necessarily. Now, don't get me wrong. There's at least one category of people who usually don't have to worry about this. If you're about 63, 64, and you just got disability benefits, by the time you become eligible for a review, it's probably time for those benefits to convert to retirement. So there is no disability review at that point in time. But for the rest of you who are under the age of 60 and has applied for disability benefits, trust me when I tell you this, you're probably going to have a disability review. Well, the reason why they call it a continuing disability review is based on the name. Think about it. They're trying to check to see if you, and review to determine if you are continuing to be disabled. Are you continually disabled? And the standard is a little different. When you applied for disability benefits before, your standard was based on where you're disabled at the time of your onset date, and they look retroactively coming to the date of when they found you disabled. For purposes of continuing disability review, the date that they refer to is the date, today's date, the date that they do the review in reference to the day they found you disabled. So let's say you were found disabled January 1st, 2010, and then they did a review 2 or 3 years from now. They would go from the current date all the way back to the initial date that you were found disabled, January 1st, 2010. Now, here's where I always like to stress to people on a regular basis. When you are found disabled, it is extremely important that you continue getting disability treatment for this particular purpose. Don't get the high pro glow and think just because you got some loot in your pocket that you just can ride off into the sunset. It just is not that kind of party. So it's important for you to understand that you continue to get medical treatment. Secondly, when they do a continuing disability review, they're looking at what was going on at the time they found you disabled, and they want to compare it to now to see whether or not there has been an improvement. If it's the same or if it's gotten worse, you should be fine unless there's been a change in the regulation. If you've gotten better, they have to now make the determination of whether or not that you can go back into the workforce. And they're looking at a variety of things. They're looking at, did you try to go to work during that time period? They're looking at talking to your family and friends. They're looking at your medical records, and they're making the comparison. So keep this in mind. Can you appeal a continuing review if you've been denied? Yes, you can. Continuing disability reviews, you can appeal it if they determine that you are no longer disabled. Here's a little trick that you need to be aware of, and I tell people all the time. If they find that you are no longer disabled, they're going to give you a magical opportunity to keep your disability benefits going while the appeal is going on. Remember this. If you elect, because they're usually within 10 days after finding that you're not disabled, they'll give you the ability to appeal, but you must elect within those 10 days after getting that notice of your disability benefits being terminated that you want the benefits to continue while you go through the appeals process. On the upside, if you win and they determine that you're still disabled, your benefits never stop. If you are found to not be disabled, you're going to owe the government some money. So please, keep those things in the back of your mind. The continuing disability review typically happens every 3 to 5 years, and trust me, the younger you are, the more of these may happen. Now, sometimes they do them and they don't tell you, meaning they do them, determine you're disabled still, and they keep on rolling, so there's no impact on you. But once they determine you're no longer disabled, that's when all your rights kick in. That means a 10-day notice to let them know you want to keep your benefits going, as well as your right to appeal. Always remember this. If you're getting disability benefits, Social Security is going to want to know, are you still disabled? And just don't think just because you're getting disability benefits now that you're going to be getting it forever, because that's just not the way the system was designed for. This is Attorney Anthony Reeves, and for more information, please visit me on www.reevesfirm.com, or you can check out my blog at www.legalbeat.anthonyreeves.com. Have a wonderful day.